Ever since my sister was young, she has always loved dancing and music. Her first dance class was ballet at 2.5 years old, and she had a natural talent for it. Her favorite Disney movies were The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and the amount of times we watched them was hard for a kid who had a difficult time staying still for any longer than 8 seconds. Remember VHSs? Yeah, she made me sit there and wait while they rewound them. And as you know, growing up means more hobbies. So she moved on to more dance styles. The thuggish white girl on stage during hip-hop recital was heard. Although she has this awful tendency to smile while dancing. So if hip-hop did ever turn her into gangster, at least she'd mug you with a beautiful smile. How quick her feet were, and my ADHD over-the-top energy had the genius idea on how to see just how fast. I challenged her to a towel war, not just a battle. Sorry, a war. It spanned over half a year, randomly grabbing towels and trying to whip them at each other, while yelling, He-Man!
Power of Grayskull!
And She-Ra!
Go She-Ra!
No, so give me a second here. I used to pull her hair out during our fights as well.
Don't pull my hair out, no!
I was a cute kid, I swear. Anyway, cheers to keep them in shape and infuriating. Keeping me in shape, sorry, not me. And even after all these years, from me, she learned the art of patience. You're welcome, Derry. Cheers.
Cheers!
And so when I was born, the dynamic duo, which was Amy and Eric, was ruined. So I was forever the third wheel. And Amy was so upset about this change in her and heard Eric's beautiful and aggressive sibling rivalry love that she dropped me on my beautiful round head when I was 8 months old. Which ended up being as round as it is today.
Is this how you hold a baby?
And so, after surviving that, Amy kind of realized that she was stuck with another younger brother. She decided to become the overbearing or maybe the overly protective sister. Sometimes it was hard to tell which one she was trying to do, especially when she, in her stern older sister voice, started saying, "I'll sit on you if you don't stop it."
I will sit on you if you don't listen to me.
Now, to Eric and Ty, that was probably just an empty threat. But for a scrawny kid like me, especially when I was really little, that was kind of life-threatening. And so they would have rewritten the book as we read as kids from Flat Stanley to Flat Jesse, as she sat on it.
Get it now.
So even after all that, and though Jesse's face was the butt end of almost all pre-university jokes,
Hey Eric, why'd Jesse cross the road?
I don't know why.
There was a facelift shop on the other side.
oh, good times. All right, I just want to say thank you, Amy, for being my wonderful, beautiful sister. Even though we had our troubles along the way, you're always there for me and supporting us in whichever direction we went. And I thank you for that. And for Darren, Amy learned wrestling from me, so you can thank me for that.
Sure.
No, but seriously, for me, she learned how to love someone with a face like this. Hey, Ty, you actually wrote that in here? See, Ty's still doing this, messing with my script now, is he? All right, so anyways, back on track. Amy learned to be open-minded and honest and to always own up to her mistakes. With that, cheers.
Cheers.
Joke's on me, he got me back. That was a pretty good one, about Jesse's face. That was good. Where do I begin? Probably with the cross-dressing. I did it before it was on TV, okay, everybody? I'm the OG of that. Courtesy of Amy, of course. She never did end up with a sister, so I was the next best thing. I've been in touch with my feminine side ever since. Crying during Notebook, crying during Disney movies, watching Fast and Furious, shout out to Christy, drooling over The Rock. Wait, she also taught me the love of music and theater. I remember going to watch Guys and Dolls at our high school when I was young, and it was her grade 12 year, and she was the director. And I fell in love with the singing, the props, the dance, and the live pit band. I'm a little over the top with some of the things I do now. You've always been a huge supporter of my music, whether it's been me playing random instruments, or going hardcore screaming fan over a band. She also motivated me to take up breakdancing, so Eric and I took a couple classes. Eric was trying to show off one class and tried to do a backflip off a wall and ended up smacking his face into the floor. I feel like there's a lot of stories.
Try it.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
I feel like there's a lot of stories with Eric like that. Not just the love of music we shared, but terrible exes as well. Not like we shared the same guy, okay, folks? I see what you're all thinking. I'm extremely straight. Ask my girlfriend. I dated a girl that had very similar qualities of her, aka Mike. While going to school in Vancouver, and her ex just moved into my room. Can you imagine coming home and finding Hillbilly Mike's crap all in your room?
I'm a cowboy.
God, it was awful. And when she broke up with him, and that money suck, lacking of any quirkiness or emotion, lazy, ungrateful, selfish, all three of us couldn't be any happier. It was time to have our loving, bossy, energetic sister back.
found
It
you.
was love at first swipe.
I want to see the chair in the water.
And the rest is history. We love you, Amy, for playing hockey in the rain with us, for playing kick the can and watching Eric's pants fall off as he came out of a bush. A lot of Eric stories. For yelling at us, for helping us mold into the men we are today. Forget my glasses. From me, good Sir Darren, she learned to voice her emotions with a little less yelling, to relax and laugh once in a while. Cheers.
We love you too, Darren, even when you come over and take up the TV to watch your riveting golf.
You two totally belong together. Darren likes expensive sports. Amy works at Sport Check. Wait a second.
Love you.
You two totally belong together. Darren works crazy hours. Amy works at a liquor store. Wait a second.
From all of us to you, we can't wait for the adventures yet to come, as the ones so far have been unforgettable.
All right, may you make each other happy for the rest of your lives.
Told you it's dramatic. To the bride and groom. To the
To my brothers!
and see.